Welcome to Mr. News Art Class. It's wonderful to see your smiling faces. In our last lesson, we learned about an abstract painter who simplified everything into basic horizontal and vertical lines and the simple primary colors. Today we'll be learning about another abstract painter, but we need to understand what the word abstract really means. Abstract art refers to art that doesn't look like anything from the real world. So like this painting doesn't look like a house, it doesn't look like a person, it doesn't look like a lollipop or a fried chicken finger. Nothing. It's simply lines and shapes and colors, right? Well, what about this unicorn? Well, unicorns aren't real in real life, so does that mean that this picture is an abstract picture? Well, not really. You see, this picture at least looks like something, right? Even though it's an imaginary beast, not a real life beast, it's not considered to be abstract because this is what a real horse would look like if it had a horn on its head, right? The point of an abstract artwork is to not try to have any objects. No people, no places, no things, no animals, no nothing. Not even monsters or aliens. And it's not just about scribbling randomly all over the place for no reason. There's a purpose to what we're doing here. We're using lines and shapes and colors in interesting ways, even though they're not coming together to create a picture of something. See, here's what I mean. If we go back to our last lesson, this picture, it feels balanced, it feels harmonious, it feels like a complete picture, even though it doesn't have anything in it, right? Now that project was based on Piet Mondrian, but today we're going to be talking about Wassily Kandinsky, a Russian painter whose purpose with his artwork was to show you what he heard? Wait, what? How could a picture show what you hear? Well, it's actually kind of easy. Just think about different types of sounds that you hear in music. Drums go bump, 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 and what kind of shapes or colors does that make you think of? Guitars make a twangy, twangy, twang sound, and what kind of lines and stuff does that make you think of? Imagine if you saw these lines and these shapes and these colors every time you heard a sound. You see, Kandinsky had a rare condition called synesthesia, which is where two or more of your senses get joined together in a strange way in your brain. Kandinsky literally saw different colors and shapes with his eyes for every time he heard a sound. And his paintings were his way of showing us what his music looked like. Today, we will be learning from Kandinsky, and we will be making our own music-themed artwork. Let's get started. The first thing we'll need is some kind of music to listen to. All right, I'm hearing some drums. Boom, 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 boom. That makes me think of circles. I'm gonna do some circles. You can use whatever materials you got, doesn't really matter. Boom, 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 boom. Do you see circles? Maybe you see something else. Maybe you think of those drums and you think of something else. I think of circles with the boom, 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 boom. And some of those circles are going to be bigger, and some of those circles are going to be smaller. Because sometimes there's boom, right? There's a bigger boom, right? I think of those drum beats as having a kind of dark color because they're kind of low. So I'm using some dark colors to make some circles. But there's also that kind of has a like it sounds kind of bumpy, kind of, and it kind of goes up and back down, and that's got kind of a bright vibe to it. So I'm gonna use some brighter colors. Kind of try to get that vibe of those. Well, it's kind of lower now, right? It was, and now it's right. So maybe I need something a little bit darker. Make that a little lower. But it's also got that really high. What do you think? I'm thinking like really tiny speckly spots. For all those like brown noises, yeah. That's making me think of these little speckly spots. Sounds like it's kind of coming down now, right? It was building up, now it's coming down. So I think I need some things that angle down. See how they're kind of coming down? Oh, but it's going back up again. Still hearing a bunch of those drum beats, those boom, 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 and that kind of sounds like everything kind of crashing together, and so kind of just that was fun. So here we have made a musical composition on a piece of paper. What? If you have a little bit of extra time, try listening to different types of music. Maybe some. Try listening to different types of music and see what kinds of images it brings to your mind. What kinds of shapes, what kinds of lines, what kinds of colors, and how those all come together. And try them out on different pieces of paper and see how many ideas you can come up with just by listening to some music. In today's lesson, we learned about Wassily Kandinsky, a Russian painter who had synesthesia and literally saw what he heard, and he tried to show you that in his artwork. Next time, we'll be talking about a landscape artist named Ted Harrison. I can't wait to see you then.